Hello friends, my name is Mukesh Vaidana. Last time we have seen poem number 2. Now chapter 3, poem number 3, that is Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. First we see central idea of the poem. See, the poem A Tiger in the Zoo is written by Leslie Norris. In this poem, the poet tries to depict the mental condition of a caged tiger. In this particular poem, Tiger in the Zoo, poet try to describe the mental condition of the caged tiger. As you know that animals should not be kept in the cage. Yet, for the information and people who can know about the animals, that is why animals are kept in the zoo. Because we are taking their freedom by keeping them in cage. So poet describe what type of the condition of the tiger in the cage. He compares the life of a tiger in the zoo with its life in its natural habitat. He compares the life of a tiger in the zoo with its life in its natural habit. The poet conveys an important message that the wild animals should be left in their natural habitat in the poem. Poet firmly believed that animals should be kept in natural surrounding. That is good, and yet they are kept in the cages. That is why poet express his sorrowful situation, sadness in front of the audience, in front of the reader. In the poems, he heightens the contrast between freedom and captivity. He describes what is freedom and captivity, and they have to remain under control. He is not agree in this particular matter with people. He very impressively shows us how love for freedom is the natural instinct of every living being. Each and every person, every living being, all have right to be free, and that is why poet firmly believed in this particular philosophy that birds or animals should not be kept in the cage. They have also right, freedom to live in natural surroundings. If we keep them in this way, then what happens? That is why poet firmly believed in this particular matter that we should not keep the animals in cages. We should keep them in their natural surroundings because they also want freedom. If any persons take the freedom of any living being, it is not good at all. Now see the stanza wise explanation. Stanza number 1, see. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pair of velvet white in his white rag. See the meaning? Stalks, stride to move quietly and slowly in a threatening way, that is called stalks. Vivid means bright, clear. Stripes, long, narrow bands. Pads, the soft part under the hood of the tiger, and rag means anger. 5 meanings are there. Again, number 1, Stork tried to move. Stork means try to move quietly and slowly in threatening way. Nobody knows in this way. Vivid means bright and clear. Stripes, long narrow bands, and pads, the soft part of the foot of the tiger, under the foot of the tiger, and rag means anger. Now see explanation. See, the poet sees a tiger locked in a concrete cell in the zoo. The poet sees a tiger in the concrete cell made of concrete, cement, as you know, in a room, in a cage. It is a very small cage. The cage was very small. That is why telling it is very small cage. The tiger can hardly take a few steps along the length of the cage. As you know, it needs big surroundings in place of it. The poet sees the tiger in a concrete cell in the room. Very small cage. Hardly tiger can take a steps along the length of the cage. He looks majestic as he slowly moves up and down in the cage. Looking good, that is called majestic. As he slowly moves up and down in his cage, look attractive, good. The sharp and clear stripe on his body are of strong bright color. His pads are velvet soft. Looking like his pads are velvet soft. In spite of all his strength, he now lies impressed behind the bars. Bars that you know door. In spite of all his strength, he imprisoned behind the bars door. The caged tiger is angry. Naturally, have to remain in that type of small cage place. It didn't like, so remain angry. He is full of wrath, too much angry, but is quiet because he knows that he is a helpless. He remains quiet because he is helpless. Can't do anything to come out from the cage to get freedom. That is why telling that. But he is quiet because he knows that he is helpless. Here, can't do anything. So in first stanza, we realize that tiger is kept in the small room cage. The room cage is very small. Tiger can hardly take few steps. He looks majestic going up and down in the cage. In the sharp and clear stripe on his body are strong bright color. Body, as you know, strong color, also bright, attractive. His pads are velvet soft. In spite of all his strength, he now lies imprisoned behind the bars, keeping in cage behind the bars, doors, and he remains angry, full of wrath, but is quiet also because can't do anything. He is helpless. Stanza number 2. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the waterhole where plump deer pass. Again, he should be lurking in shadow. See the meaning of lurking, hiding in shadow, sliding through long grass, sliding, moving, passing. In hall, that means pool, and plump means chubby. So, if we see this second stanza, he should be lurking in shadow, hiding in shadow, sliding, as you know, moving on the grass near the waterhole pool, and it looks attractive. See the explanation. Looking at the imprisoned tiger, the poet is filled with pity. Seeing this tiger in this situation, poet took pity on it. He says that the poor tiger should have been in his natural habitat in the jungle, hunting and resting. Then it looks good. Then at this hour of the night, he would have been lying in the shadow of trees and sliding quite through the long grass. If he remains outside the cage, wandering in the cage and wandering in the natural surrounding, large difference. He would then near the waterhole wait for some fat and healthy deer to pass that way. If he is in natural surrounding, then waiting for the deer animals, as you know, for its prey, for its food. Thus he would be lying there in the expectation of a heavy feast. He is lying in the expectation of heavy feast that you know, sweet. So he firmly believed that if the tiger is in the jungle forest, wander according to his wish, goes to the for drinking water, waiting for food to pass the deer, and it looks good in natural surrounding. Stanza number 3. He should be snarling around house at the jungle edge, bearing his white bands, his claws, terrorizing the village. Again, see on new page. Stanza number 3. See here. Meanings we have seen. Clear expressions is stanza number 3. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle edge, bearing his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. See the meaning. Snarling, to make an angry and warning sound, that is called snarling. Next, bearing means showing fangs, two long sharp teeth at the front of the mouth of some animals, terrorizing, fighting or threatening to create fear. That is called terrorizing. If we see the explanation, stanza number 3, in these lines the poet imagines what the tiger would be doing in case he failed to find any prey in his natural habitat. If he doesn't get food in their natural habitat, what does he do? He says that the tiger would be angrily moving around the houses in a nearby village. He would be growling at the edge of the jungle near some village. And that is why we find that leaving the forest and we find tiger or lion in the village also. If they don't get food, they naturally reaches to the nearby village for their prey, for their food, and demanding, growling and wandering in the edge of the jungle. He would be showing his white fangs, means teeth, and terrible claws While moving here and there, he would thus become a cause of terror for the villagers. When villagers see this, then naturally they afraid, become the cause for the villagers. For that reason, that if they don't get food, they will go to the village showing this in, show their mouth also. Now see second paragraph of this. The poet here gives a hint that if we continue to destroy the forest cover and the natural habitat of the tigers, they will be forced to turn to our towns and villages to find their food. If we cut the trees, if we destroy the forest, then what happens? Natural habitat we destroy, then they naturally come toward the village, town, city. That is why, and naturally they create that type of fear in the mind of the people. That is why they should be remain in the forest. What the poet want to say. Right side. Stanza number 4. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. What it further says? But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. See the word meaning. Concrete cell, a very small and unpleasant cage. Stalking, moving slowly and quietly in a threatening way. So naturally he is kept in this concrete cell, a very small and unpleasant cage, and naturally tries to get food. The poet sees the tiger is locked in a concrete cell in the zoo. In spite of all his strength, he now lies imprisoned behind the bars, very slowly and silently. He realized that it is difficult to come out from this type of situation. So he silently wondered. The tiger moves up and down along the length of the cage. He moves in an angry and threatening manner because he have to remain in cage. He takes no note of the visitors who had come to the zoo to have a look at him. He does not take care that visitor come to see him, observe him. He completely ignores them, as none of them thinks of releasing him from his prison. Moreover, due to their presence, he hardly gets any rest during the day. He completely ignores them, as none of them thinks of releasing him from his prison. He doesn't realize, ignoring, not paying attention, that any person come and give me freedom and I wander in the forest. He does not believing in this type of thinking or this type of philosophy. That means he remains in the cage in spite of all his strength. He has to remain in the prisons under control. Very slowly and silently that tiger moves up, down, along the length of the cage. He moves in an angry and threatening manner. In this way he moves. He takes no note of the visitors who had come to the zoo to look at him. He completely ignores them, as none of them thinks of releasing him from his prison. Nobody take care like this. Tiger also does not take care who comes to see him. He ignores the visitors. and in their particular presence it doesn't get or hardly gets any rest during the day, has to wander here and there. Stanza number 5. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. He hears the last voice at night. During the night he hears. See the meaning? Patrolling, to go around an area regular times to check that it's safe, and brilliance means very bright. Explanation: due to these visitors, the tigers gets no rest during the day. Tiger gets no rest during the day. Even at night he remains disturbed due to the noise that comes from the patrolling cars. At night also, due to the patrolling car, he does not take the proper rest. The tiger has thus lost all hope and feels very helpless. He feels very helplessness. He thus stares at the brilliant stars shining brightly in the sky. He observes this. It seems that he is looking for some sort of comfort and hope in the stars. Looking for it, some source, and for the stars. His brilliant eye shows that he still hopes for the day when he would be able to run free in the forest and live in natural surroundings. About his, he thinks. That shows that due to the visitors and due to the patrolling, he does not take rest during day and night, and that is why he feels very helpless. He thus stars shining brightly in the sky. It seems that it is looking some of the comfort and hope in the stars, and that is why he does not, or he would be able to free from the forest, able to free in the forest and live in natural surrounding. It looks good. Poetic device used in the poem: word repetition of the sound. Velvet, quite red, 2 times repeated. That is why figure of speech is repetition. Brilliant eyes, same word. See. Alliteration: only words later repeated. He stalks in his vivid stripes, but he is looked in concrete shell. See. Start with same pronunciation rhyme. The rhyme scheme for the first, second and the fifth stanza is ABCD, and third and fifth star, that is ABCD. Rhyme scheme is ABCD. We find it. Here brings the end of this lecture. You will have to write 1 time in your book and read 3 times. Question answer NCERT folder, we will take it next period. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye. આ કેમ વહી ગયું છે? ત્યાં આવી ગયું સેવ કેમ નથી?